Have you ever stopped to think about the world we live in every single second? Millions of things happening online. You stream a movie, you buy something with a single click, you scroll through your feed, you book your ride. It all feels so seamless, so instant. But behind that simplicity is an invisible, incredibly powerful force at work. What is that force? That force is data. We are creating more data today than at any other point in human history. It is a kind of a petabytes, exabytes, databytes, right? So it's a digital universe that constantly expanding. But all the data is useless, just a digital noise, unless it can be collected and organized and made available for the apps and systems we rely on. That's correct, right? Like in today's digital world, everything is digital. Unless you process the data and you can convert into some meaningful insights, it is a useless, right? So who are the architects of this digital universe? Who builds the highways that allow all this information to follow? That brings us to the hidden engine behind our modern world. And that engine is data engineering. Welcome to DataSurface. Today we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most critical, powerful and in-demand fields in technology. We are not just talking about data. We are talking about building the data luminous backbone of our entire data-driven world. Let's dive in. So what is exactly data engineering? Data engineering focuses on designing and maintaining systems that allow organizations to collect, store, process and analyze data at scale. So it's an essential foundation that makes data accessible, reliable and ready for use. So think of in this way, like if the data is the new oil, then the data engineers are the ones who build the refineries, the design and construct the systems, the pipelines that makes raw, messy data from countless sources and transform into a reliable, usable resources. So, like as I mentioned, we think the data is a new raw and the data engineers are the architects who is going to collect and store and process and make it available for the analysis. This entire life cycle is happening in a particular place. That particular place we called as a data engineering space, right? So as you can see here in the data life cycle, it's a clear process, right? So we'll collecting the data from different countless sources and then we'll store in efficiently in an effective manner. Then we'll process the data and basically we are going to transform the data in this phase and which is finally available for the analysis. So in this final analyze phase, we are going to put the data more accurately, so which is ready for the consumption. So business intelligence team or data scientist, whoever wants to consume the data, they can directly consume the data from this analyze phase. Right? So I hope by the time you got a brief story about the data engineering phase and who are the data engineers. Now the next question is, why should you care about this? Why is the data engineering such a big deal right now? So basically, why you want to care about the data engineering field, right? See now, let's take an example of if you want to purchase a mobile, so you have something in your mind about the specifications, right? Then you go to that particular e-commerce website like Amazon or Flipkart and you will see the product reviews about the customer feedback, and based on all that, like which e-commerce site is giving a best deal. So based on all these parameters, you will purchase that product, right? So similarly, if you are learning something, you should consider a couple of points, right? So it should be high demanding skill. It should create a lot of opportunities, and also the whatever you are learning, the technology, it should give a future proof career. It should sustain in a long term, right? So that's where the data engineering have a clear upper hand compared to the other tech stack, right? So now if you see the screen, high demand, the first is the demand of the charts. So as you can see from this growth chart, the number of data engineering roles is exploding. Every company, big or small, is becoming a data company. And they need engineers to build the infrastructure, right? Now everything is became digital, right? So each and every company is running based on the data only. So since they're depending on the data, they should need the data engineers to process this data. Ultimately, the data engineering is going to be high demand role, right? Now, the second one is, it is an incredibly lucrative career, right? Because of it's such a specialized and critical role, data engineers are among the highest paid professionals in the tech industry, often out earning other software roles. So now if you see, like I take up other roles, software engineers, data scientist, cloud architect, and data engineer. So the data engineer also is a quite competitive role. Data engineers is a earning quite competitive salaries as well. Ultimately, the basic thing is wherever we are going, whatever the technology we are learning, we should look at about the compensation part as well, right? So apart from that opportunities which is creating, we should look at is it a good enough compensation is providing for us or not. In the space, data engineering is a good competency. Now coming to the third one is foundation of tech. So like the cool stuff is AI, data science, cloud computing. It all runs on the data pipelines built and maintained by the data engineers, right? Like this, all teams are looking for consumption the data, and based on the data, they're going to derive the insights. But where they're getting this data? So the bridge between the data and these teams is data engineers. So they're going to bring the data and they will do that basic stuff of cleaning and transform as required and make it ready for their consumption, right? So I hope now by the time like we got a clear picture of, at least we got a glimpse of what is data engineering field and what is data engineer role, technical role, and why we should learn the data engineering. We got it now. So now see the data engineering core ecosystem. So this is one of my favorite ways to visualize it. Data engineering isn't just a single spoke in the wheel. It is a central hub. Right? Look at the diagram. The data engineering feeds clean, reliable data to every other part of the ecosystem. Right? It enables data scientists to build models, AI specialists to train algorithms, and business intelligence teams to create reports that drive company strategy. So the data engineers are the ultimate enablers for all other parts of the data ecosystem. If you look at the diagram, the day in the life about the data engineer, so he's doing a kind of a dynamic job. So the majority chunk of his job is going to build up pipelines, development, and also it involves database management, data modeling, cloud operations. It's a role for builders, problem solvers, and architects. So it is not related to only specific area. In the entire data ecosystem, it is interlinked with the data engineers. So we will see lot of tech stacks involved in this data engineering field. So we will see going forward step by step guide, and I'm going to provide a simplified data engineering roadmap where like with the limited tech stack, how you can land into the data engineering space, we are going to explore. Okay, here at the DataSurface, we are incredibly passionate about this field. Our brand and our mission is built on belief that our journey in the data starts with a strong foundation here, right? So our vision is to empower the next generation of data engineers, people just like you, with the skills to build these incredible systems. And our mission is to do that by providing the highest quality practical education that you can apply to real world projects. So this is just a glimpse of about data engineering. So we are launching a brand new YouTube series dedicated to a deep dive into the every aspect of data engineering, from the fundamentals to building your very first data pipeline and beyond. So by the way, we have already published a fundamental series where like if anybody is new to this particular data engineering space, so what are the key terminologies we are using in the data engineering space, and we should understand these fundamentals. I would strongly recommend go ahead and see the fundamental series first, so that you will get the base of like a data, how the data is growing, and what are the key terminologies will come across as part of this data engineering phase. Everything we have discussed as part of that playlist, right? So thanks for watching. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button so that you won't miss any upcoming videos. So you'll get a notification every time when I publish a new video. So stay tuned, subscribe to DataSurface on YouTube, join our community, and let's start building the future of data together. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next video.